Here's everything I read in July. I thought I'd do a little video just talking through my reading in July. So I read 3 books. Quite thick though. Well, these 2 are quite thick. So the first book I read last month was Rookie Yearbook 1 by Tavi Gevinson. Rookie was an online magazine that ran from about 2012 to 2016-ish, I think. And these are collections of works from each month published that year. So this one's from 2012. There's also heaps of interviews in these books with people like Lena Dunham, Joss Whedon, Sky Ferreira, Zoe Deschanel. Each of the months has a different theme, like transformation, beginnings, power, home. There's articles in here on things like how to change a tire, spirituality, homesickness, Bob Dylan, drinking. I read a lot of really heavy books in June, and so I think I just wanted something fun and light, and this was definitely that. I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. It kind of makes me sad thinking about if teenage girls have like a similar resource now. The next book that I read in July was Hospital by Sanya Rushdi. Hospital is a non-fiction account translated from Bengali about a woman's experience being institutionalized for psychosis in a Melbourne hospital. As a psychology student, I found reading a first-hand account of somebody experiencing psychosis really interesting. Rushdi has a very matter-of-fact tone even when she's describing things that aren't necessarily happening in reality. I think it also made me reflect on how hospitals themselves, mental health centers, are places where madness is kind of created. A lot of Rushdi's ideas about her treatment are rejected by doctors and nurses, and there's definitely this element of power and control. It's a really interesting read and very easy, so I ended up giving this one 3.5 stars. The last book that I read in July was The Lives of the Muses by Francine Prose. This book talks about 9 women, and it gives a historical account and talks about what led to the muse and the artist meeting, their relationship and its ending, and how the muses ended up influencing some of the artist's greatest works. Some of my favorite muses to learn about were Lee Miller and Gala Dali. Lee Miller influenced Man Ray and Gala Dali influenced Salvador Dali. There was also a section on Lou Andre Salome, who influenced Sigmund Freud and Friedrich Nietzsche. While I didn't really agree with parts of the author's thinking, especially parts like the one talking about Alice Liddell, the 12-year-old muse of Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, I did find most of the book really enjoyable and thought-provoking. It's also just really interesting learning about love stories throughout the past 2 centuries and how society has changed and shifted so much. Also really cool thinking about how much love and passion end up influencing art and culture. I would highly recommend this one, and I think I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.